World Finale, Chapter 16, To Wear the Crown. Hopefully you're all having a great day. After failing to find the Black Ledger in Sigrid's room, you and your friends race down Applewood's halls. Mollis, I need Sigrid's location. We need to make the striking ceremony happen now. All my data says she's still in the main ballroom. Then that's where we're headed. Wait, the striking ceremony is circle only. I needed to handle this alone as the face. Can you all find Amanda and make sure she's still safe with Olivia? Liam and your friends nod to you and head in the opposite direction, while you head to the ballroom. You find Sigrid chatting warmly with some Cordonian guests. It's nice to see Applewood in person. When Queen Eleanor visited me in Vallenheim, she would always rave about this estate. It's gorgeous, isn't it? The gardens are so big you could walk a whole gaggle of poodles at once. Sorry to interrupt, but Queen Sigrid and I need to chat about crowns and heads and hands wearing blades or wielding blades. Oh, is that a riddle? I hope you solve it. You're an idiot. Sigrid rolls her eyes before following you to a less populated part of the ballroom. You should be more careful with your wording in mixed company. Let's be honest. You could literally give Penelope the nuke codes and she still would think of poodles. Well, it was urgent and we need to hold the striking ceremony now. Why would I do that when we've planned to hold it at the end of the night? We need to hold it now because until we strike on Martin Julia's names, it could still be a threat. I want to launch the school program with a fresh slate. We could do that. This is a symbolic night for the Via Imperii. We're breaking ground on the project that will give us Cordonians. Yet traitors' names, traitors from Circle no less, will still be on our ledger, as if this accomplishment is theirs. We should clear the traitors' names and start this new era with a clean slate. You have a remarkable eye for symbolism. Very well. I like the idea of starting fresh. Meet me and Lena in my room in half an hour, the real one. Room 14th in the south wing. I couldn't allow that information on your guest list. I look forward to it. As Sigrid strides across the ballroom, you pull out your phone to text your friends. Don't we have earpieces for this? Your friends and Liam join you in a secluded parlor while Amanda naps on Liam's shoulder. We got your text to meet up, and we brought help. Olivia walks in the room. Oh, finally, after 16 chapters! Olivia? We figured we could use some extra muscle, so we brought her up to speed. You've been keeping a secret, a society, hidden from me this whole time. One that you joined to take down. I did, but we were trying to protect you has been used too many times to fake a veil of bullshit. I can't go around telling all my friends I know about a secret society, even though we told 98% of them all. That's the kind of thing that comes back to haunt you. Well, what's done is done. Tell me how I can help. I could use someone watching my back. What's left of the circle is meeting in Sigrid's room in half an hour, and she's got to have the ledger with her. Mollis chimes in over your earpiece. So, we just need to get the ledger and get Riley out safely. That'll be a more dangerous part. It'll only be Sigrid, Venti, and Lena in that room. I hate the thought of walking in the lion's den alone. I'm not sure we have a choice. I'll have Interpol contacts close in on Applewood as you head to the ceremony. Once you have eyes on the ledger, signal through your earpiece and Interpol will swoop in, capture the circle, and secure it. But how will we be able to help Riley if something does go wrong? She'll have to stay on her toes, fight her way out if she has to, and we'll fight our way in. I don't normally support hitting old women, but Sigrid has it coming. Don't worry, I'll get out of that room as quickly as possible, even if I have to bust out with my fists blazing. If they try to threaten Riley, they'll be dealing with me. I hope it doesn't come to them, but we'll be as close by as we can. Just signal us if anything goes wrong, okay? I will. I guess I'd better get going. Your friends walk up to you and pat your shoulder one by one. What, no hugs? This group is legendary for their hugs. Give them hell for us. I know you'll come back safe. You can do this.
Show them why you don't mess with Cordonia.
Riley. Olivia takes a deep breath and then hugs you. Wait. Olivia Nabracus giving me a hug on her own free will. I'm honored. Say another word about the Via Imperii and will be the least of your problems. Noted. I promise I'll be safe. Amanda stirs in Liam's arms.
Daddy, I wasn't that one, but everybody keeps talking.
Sorry, sweetheart. We were helping Mommy out. I have to go do something really, really important.
You're going somewhere, but I want hugs.
Listen, go ask Olivia for hugs. She's apparently giving them out for free. I wish I didn't have to, but I can still have to make time for hugs. You take Amanda from Liam and hold her in your arms. Amanda, Mommy's doing secret club business for the last time. The secret club is full of monsters, but Mommy's going to stop them so everyone can sleep well at night.
I like that. I want to sleep real nice.
You will, Amanda. I promise. You kiss Amanda on the forehead and set her on the couch. She immediately begins to doze off again as you tuck her under the blanket. And then Liam catches you by the hand. Your husband gives you a long, adoring look full of worry, pride, and so much love that it makes your heart ache. Promise me you'll come back, Riley. Nah, I was planning on running away. Going to Japan, seeing the sights. What? What do you want from me? I want to share one more dance with my queen tonight. And many, many more after that. I wouldn't miss it for the world. I'll get through this. I promise. Good. Because I'd be lost without you. You lean in and kiss him, lingering in the moment as long as you can. When you finally part, Liam reaches up to stroke your cheek. Go give them hell for us, Riley. And we'll join you the second we can. I'll be counting on it. You walk through the wings of Applewood, shadows dancing along the walls. You find Sigrid and Lena waiting inside a familiar bedroom. Lena is back in her usual armor. Good, the circle's in attendance. What's left of it, anyway? Well, let's get this party started. Indeed, let's move to the ceremony room. This isn't the room? Is this one not murdery enough for you? You know, symbolically murdering the names of our enemies? It's not a decor issue, it's about security. It's never safe to conduct such delicate business where people could find you. Sigrid leads you and Lena out and through the halls of Applewood. I'm guessing you don't have the luxury of telling us where you're suddenly moving to. But don't worry, I'm tracking your location via your phone. Until Lena takes it. A little invasive, but right now I'll take it. Stop outside a door where some of Lena's mercenaries are waiting. A lot of her mercenaries, in fact. The ceremony room is secure. I gotta let Liam and Mollis know what I'm up against. Thank you! I'm glad to see that all 10 of you are taking our security so seriously. 10! That's a lot of guards. Between you and backup, my agents have a whole palace to cover. 10's nothing, let me take care of them. You could barely handle Anthony. Get the f*** out of here. If anything comes up, I trust you. All will do it. Do it. Protect us. Exactly what you do best. Understood. Riley, you'll have to fawn over my mercenaries another time. You turn to see Sigrid opening the door to reveal a staircase that descends into shadow. Come. Well, you don't have to ask me twice. You follow Sigrid down an old staircase, uncomfortably aware of how far you're getting from any backup. I need to let the others know we're headed underground. Hey. Did you all know Cordonians stockpile apples in the cellar for the winter? Can't repeat. Losing location. Your piece crackles and goes dead silent. No. Why would anyone stockpile apples? They'd go bad after a week. The symbolism of protecting the apple harvest is more important than the practicality of it. This is bad. No connection means I can't tell anyone if I spot the ledger. You step down into the cellar across the room. A single table has been set out. This is cozy. It's not, but it'll do. Sigrid pulls a thick tome from under the folds of her dress and ceremoniously sets it on the table. It's the Black Ledger, with a key and all. Wow, the Black Ledger looks more impressive in person than I ever imagined. You say the words as clearly as you can, but your earpiece is still utterly silent. If you're done ogling the book, let us begin. All I can do now is hope that they heard the signal and stall the ceremony to give them time to get here. You and Lena gather around the table. Sigrid brings out a feather pen and a vial of blood-red ink. To betray the Via Imperii is to betray the ideals of our just world. It is a high crime punishable by total removal from our society. Today we gather to remove two such traitors, the former I, Omar Amal, and the former voice, Julia Riviera. For their crimes, I, the Empress of the Imperii, forever purge Omar Amal and Julia Riviera from our world. With two curt strikes, Sigrid cuts through their names, and with a pen, as if it were a knife, the red ink trailing across like a wound. I, the Fist of the Via Imperii, purge Omar Amal and Julia Riviera from our world. Lena strikes through her names and hands you the pen. I, the face of Via Imperii, forever purge Omar Amal and Julia Riviera from our world. Quick, you should break the quill on accident. Oh shit, I put too much pressure on it. Man, it's a really old thing. Oh, you got any backup pen? You drag the pen across the names as slowly and painstakingly as you can, leaving the paper drenched in red ink. And so it is done. That's it? I thought a ceremony this important would last at least like an hour or something. We're efficient. Are you sure? Let's say a few words in support of our cause. I'd like to thank Lena for being the real MVP. You're the best fist the Via Imperii has ever had. We couldn't root out the traitors without you. This isn't time to invent new traditions. Not that I'm complaining. Can we at least let the ink dry? I will not have the ledger exposed any longer than necessary. It's time I stored it away in a safe place. No, if she gets it out of my sight, there's no telling if we'll find it again. This is our only chance to get a hold of the ledger. Sigrid puts the feather pen and red ink vial away. I have to trust Liam and my friends. Trust that they'll find me as soon as they can. They'll just need time. And until they're here, I can't let that ledger leave this room. Where was she gonna store it, dude? There's only one way in and one way out. You walk up to the ledger and slam your hand on top of it so Sigrid can't pick it up. Sorry, Empress, but I can't let you take this. Why the hell not? No point in lying now. Because I'm taking a dinner bowl and putting it into the Via Imperii tonight. That's not funny. That's because it's not a joke. I should have seen it before. You were the snake in the grass all along. Omar, Julia, Eric, that was all you? Yes. I am that cunning and that intelligent. No, she's not. Lena's shocked gaze falls to ledger filled with names you framed. The one she struck through because of your lies. I'm sorry, Lena. I had no traitor. You lied to me. Lena draws her gun on you. Oh no, this is the part they warned everyone about. Oh no, guys, help. I'm so in fear of my life. I had to do it. To save Amanda's future. You know better than anyone else how they would raise her if they had the chance, the kind of life they would give her. Lena's gaze is full of fury, but you could swear her hand trembles slightly. I couldn't let that happen. I'm sorry I lied to you. I really am. But if you'll just give me a chance to explain. We're not interested in your excuses. Surrender the ledger and Lena will shoot you somewhere less fatal. Maybe a limb. You won't get away. Even if you make it at Applewood with dozens of Interpol agents closing in, they know your name now. Even the Empress can't hide forever. That's where you're wrong. You've inconvenienced me, but as long as the Via Imperii exists, my contacts can make anything possible. For all your lies, you've still failed. Lena, shoot this fool and seize the ledger. Do it. As you wish. No, if you shoot me, my family and friends will hunt you to the ends of the earth. They can try, but like you, they will fail. And with you gone, I'll take Amanda under my wing, raise her properly so she doesn't grow up to be a traitor like her mother. Leave my daughter out of this. And waste her potential? I don't think so. Lena, let's be done with this. But she hesitates, her face twisted in conflict. Yep, they did it to you. They'll do it to my daughter too, apparently. Lena, do you really want Sigrid to use Amanda? Just like she's used you? You mean like you used me? I trusted you. I know, I lied to you, but Sigrid's lied to you your whole life. Whatever happened between us is nothing compared to the lifetime of lies she's fed you. Sigrid's given me a place and a purpose. Yeah, let's think about this. Conquering, bullying, tormenting people. Do you think Cordonia deserves that? Do Liam and Amanda deserve that? You're just trying to sell me on more of your lies. And you could always see through my lies. You suspected me when I first joined the Imperii. Your gut was right. What are those instincts telling you now? Tears well up in her eyes. Lena, you are the fist of the Via Imperii. End her! Lena's trigger finger twitches, and you brace yourself for the end. It's dark in here when I close my eyes. Hell. I don't feel dead. No, you'd hear the bang. Your brain stays operable for 12 more seconds before you die. And, you know. You open your eyes and see Lena pointing her gun at Sigrid. Don't be a fool, Lena. Now is not the time to go sentimental over this traitor. You want to talk about betrayal? How about when you lie to me about the Via Imperii, Cordonia, my family? It ends here, Sigrid. Sigrid holds her hands in the air, her angry skull giving way to a look of devastation. Lena, dear, I can't believe you threaten your own mother like this. I only ever wanted to see you reach your full potential. It's still within reach. Cordonia throne is within reach. She takes a few steps towards Lena. Stay back. There's nothing to fear. We're family. We won't hurt each other. Yeah. No, that's bullshit. Sigrid takes a few steps closer, one hand reaching for something behind her back. But before Lena can react, Sigrid drives the taser into Lena, sending her convulsing to the floor. You would think that the armor would somehow be, like, insulated, but nope. I'm sorry, dear. The filthy traitor got in your head. Sigrid turns to reach down for her pistol. As for you, Riley, I've ordered the deaths of many traitors, but you'll be the first I kill with my own hands. While Sigrid's back is turned, you desperately look for something to protect yourself, and you spot the ledger. Grab it quietly. Or you could just grab it quickly and hold it up into your chest or face, one of the two. I, the Empress of Via Imperii, forever purge Riley Venti from our world. Sigrid turns around to find you standing next to her, black ledger raised above her head. Yeah, I'm gonna go with it. I know a lot of people are too. I was gonna go with get out of my kingdom, but, you know. I, Queen of Cordonia, forever purge you from my list of problems. Swing at her. And with all your might, you bring the massive tome down on her head. She collapses to the floor, unconscious. You should grab the taser and just, you know, do it just once, just to make sure. You defeated the Empress of the Imperii. Rush to Lena's side as she struggles to sit herself up against the wall. Lena, are you okay? I'll live. She looks at Sigrid's unconscious body. So is Interpol really on their way to arrest her? Yeah. They should be here any minute. You're gonna have a hell of a time explaining this to them. Oh, I was hoping you could help me with that. You offer your hand to Lena, and she takes it. I can try. Shouldering Lena's weight, you take the ledger and walk up the stairs, out of the cellar. As you reach the top of the stairs, one of Lena's mercenaries stands in front of the door. Captain Lena, we have to go. I've lost contact with... Then the mercenary collapses, revealing a figure standing behind her. Figures you'd come crawling out of the cellar alive. Well, I am like a roach. You just can't exterminate me. Olivia, you missed all the fun. Olivia glances back at the other unconscious mercenaries in the hallway. That's a matter of perspective. Just then, an Interpol agent turns a corner and spots you. We found her! Oh, Jesus. You could have given her face to anyone else. No, no, no. Liam, Amanda, your friends, and Amalis race up behind the agent. Riley, thank goodness you're safe.
Mommy!
Amanda runs up and throws her arms around your waist, and Liam follows, wrapping you in a tight hug.
Everybody was worried. Were you in danger?
Well, let's just say it was nothing I couldn't handle.
We've been searching for you since your earpiece went dark. What happened?
It was a long story, but Lena came through for me in the end. I had to make a choice. I just hope I made the right one. Listen, worst case is you take over and, you know, become the new Via Imperii or some shit. I don't know. You took out the fist with friendship. She looks at her brother, and Liam looks back. Their gaze is heavy with the weight of what'll happen between them. Thank you, Lena. I know how much that must have cost. But I also knew my sister would do the right thing in the end. That accounts for the fist. What about the Empress and the ledger? Oh, the Empress is unconscious in that cellar. That's for the ledger. You hand the black ledger to Amalis. So this is what all the fuss is about, a book. Not just any book. This is the book that makes Operation Screw You Via Imperii a success. There's a lot we'll catch you up on, Olivia. More Interpol agents pour into the hallway and start handcuffing the unconscious mercenaries. With this ledger, this is going to be just the start of many arrests. I assume you're going to arrest me too. Well, we don't have to. She's on the circle, so yes, actually we do. Can we work something out with the Interpol? She did help us bring them down. You want me to work something out for someone who terrorized countless nations? Come on, Amalis. She's the victim of Via Imperii too. They've been manipulating her since she was a child. She deserves some leniency. Fine, since you helped take down the Via Imperii, you can have your freedom as long as you fully cooperate with the investigation.
Yay! Auntie Lena's staying.
Finally get to show you what Codornia's really like without all the juggling secrets and conspiracies. I'd like that, if your friends will want me around.
I wouldn't say we're thrilled about it, given you know everything. But we're willing to give you a shot.
Just don't have a second thoughts about joining the good guys. Interpol agents emerge from the cellar with cigarette and handcuffs. Release me at once! You have no idea who you're dealing with. Nobody, no. Actually, I have some idea. And you know what? I don't care. Speaking of second thoughts, this could be our last chance to get some answers from Sigrid. She probably knows everything the Via Imperii have ever done in our lifetimes.
All of our families were tied to the Via Imperii in some way. It would be nice to know why.
I definitely want to ask her about my family matter. So do I. I want the truth from her instead of her usual lies. Let me guess, Diamond Choice? What do you say, Riley? Shall we get some closure for everybody before Interpol locks up Sigrid? Interrogate Sigrid. Excuse me, helpful Interpol agent. We'd like to borrow that prisoner and ask her a few questions. Oh, okay, because that's what they do. You leave Amanda with Olivia and follow the agent as she frog marches Sigrid into the private room. She checks to make sure Sigrid is secure before leaving her alone with you, your friends, and Lena. Before we lock you up for eternity, we need some answers. And why would I want to tell you anything? Sigrid? You can talk or meet my fists. I've got the face's routine down. I'm ready to try my hand at being the fist. Sigrid, it's all over. Just talk. I suppose it doesn't matter anyway. I'm good as done. Then tell me what you promised my mother you'd do with me when I was born. That was some time ago. Now playing a Sigrid. You and Eleanor drink evening tea, but you notice her companion looks preoccupied with her thoughts. Chamomile and lavender usually brings a smile to your face. What's wrong, Eleanor? I hate to ask, but since you've already done so much in hosting me during the end of my pregnancy, but things are still dangerous in the Cordonian court. I hoped our home would be safe before Lena was born, that her father would be less paranoid, but it's still too dangerous for her to see her home. I know that it would be a burden, but could you protect her until I settle things in Cordonia, until it's safe to reveal her to her father and brothers? Your daughter can stay as long as you'd like. I'll care for her if she were my own. Thank you. And Sigrid, if something does happen to me, you have to tell Constantine that he has a daughter here, and that you'll send her home when it's safe. You place a reassuring hand on hers. Of course, you have nothing to fear. Except, death. Now, playing as Riley. I promised to send you home when it was safe, but I never thought that Cordonia was safe enough to do so. Because you and the Via Imperii wouldn't leave Cordonia alone. You spat out more lies to my mother, and hung on to me like a pawn. Yeah. But now that we know your mom always wanted you to be with the family, she really did care for you. At least someone did. I can't believe I ever called her Sigrid my mother. What's done is done. Sigrid, you were close with my mother. Was Eleanor ever in the Via Imperii? I was close with her because I wanted her to join, but Eleanor was always so idealistic. Now playing as Sigrid. You and Eleanor stroll across the snowy walkways of Valenheim. Eleanor, dear, have you ever thought about who really deserves power? Like the power you control on your long guest list? No, bigger than that. We're both queens. We're both born to rule, yet we can feel like more than figureheads in modern times. That's because the people deserve a say in the government. But don't you ever want to have more, like the queens of old? Oh, Sigrid, you crave too much luxury. We monarchs already have enough. This is why I could never be king or queen or whatever, because, yeah, I would literally give back to the people. I'm not just speaking of wealth. Imagine if a network of elite operated together for their own benefit. We could thrive together. You're already queens. You have servants, guards, everything else. What the fuck else do you want? World domination, apparently. Sounds like a cabal. I wouldn't want to be part of a group that doesn't look out for its people. I see. Now, playing as Riley. So she rejected you. Rightly so. She couldn't understand that what we were trying to build, her idealism made her weak. Really, because her idealism seems to have carried on and brought you down, biatch. Her ideals were her strength. It made her a compassionate queen and a wonderful mother. My mother's only mistake was thinking your friendship was genuine. Her mistake was not joining the Via Imperii. Had she done so, she would still be alive today. You wouldn't have protected her. You think that Beaumont could have assassinated Eleanor without my approval? I'm the Empress.
That Beaumont. What did you say to my dad?
I guess she's just gonna spill her guts on everything. Alright. You look down on yet another minor member, looking to increase their power within the Via Imperii, but this one has more promise than most, and he might give you what you want, Cordonia.
I just need access to more of your funding, then I can remove Queen Eleanor. Then Constantine's ear will be mine, and thus yours.
This is a bold proposal.
I'm an ambitious man.
You've made quite the appearance with your other attempt to take Cordonian throne. Your proposals are rather violent. First we fund the Snow Sphere coup, now you want us to commit to an assassination one? Queen Eleanor has refused our advances.
Still, this isn't something we should take lightly. The death of a monarch can have unintended consequences. I assure you that working together we can both rise from this chaos.
Bartholomew, why should we back you when you've already failed us before?
I'm a low-risk bet. Myself and my associates bear the personal dangers. Worst case scenario, you lose a small investment. If I succeed, well, you gain access to a particularly elusive throne for relatively little effort.
Very well. Show us what you can do, Mr. Belmont. That was it? Was it? Really? Low effort in this one, huh? Bartholomew was desperate for power and willing to do anything to get it. All I needed to do was allow him the opportunity.
Yeah, I noticed that bad people have a way of enabling each other.
Hard truths, my friend. So you signed off on my mother's assassination, then betrayed her final wishes just to twist the knife one last time. No stranger to difficult decisions. You made plenty of them when you eventually became the Fist. When you made me your pawn, you mean?
I gotta agree with Lena on that one. She might have been the one pulling the trigger, but you were the one ordering shots. I bet you've ordered the deaths of a lot of people.
I take it there's something in particular you want to know.
My dad, Jackson Walker.
Ah, that name does sound familiar. Was he a butler? I just had to. It's a dick move, but I just... Like, she doesn't remember particularly, like, small people. They were casualties of this crap. After a meeting of the Circle, the Eye approaches you.
One of our assets in Cordonia has identified a mole in the organization. Our asset requested leaving him alive. Accommodating the request could help ensure the asset's loyalty.
This is the mole that the Eye believes knows about Eleanor's pregnancy, yes?
I can't say for sure, but this mole has been intensely focused on our operations around the Cordonian royal family.
I see. He's too much of a risk. Silence him for good.
The hand shall wield the blade. So, it was you. You had my dad killed.
It wasn't personal, if any consolation.
You know damn well it isn't.
No, it isn't. You're a heartless monster, Sigrid. It takes being a heartless to be a leader. You understand, Queen Riley? No, I don't. Because I will never be a leader like you.
She's better than that.
Whatever you say. Well, she did bring you down. Would anyone else like to air their grievances? What about you, Hannah Lee? The one whose mother got away. No thanks. Excuse me? You're a terrible person and a lifelong manipulator, so your opinion doesn't mean a thing to me. Fine, but be grateful your mother was so insignificant that she wasn't even worth going after when she fled. That's fine. We may have our differences, but my mother is still an infinitely better person than you.
Yeah, Hannah, tell her off.
Then what about you, Riley? Any last words? Yeah, do you happen to know who my parents are? We've never met them in this book, or any of the books. If you happen to know my family, any relatives, did you off them? Like, could we have some drama involving you? Something that morally hurts us, besides going after a 4-year-old that literally has a bobblehead placed on an adult body. But, you know, moving on. Just that... Say hello to Eric, Julia, Omar, and for me. Let them know that even though we got to know each other well, I can't say I'll miss them. None of them will miss you either. I certainly won't. Well, tell your little 4x4 walls that are said hello. You knock on the door and Amalis peeks in. We're done here, Amalis. Take her away. Come along, your highness. We've got a very nice cell waiting for you. Hope it's the same cell as Eric, so I can personally strangle him for bringing Riley into our ranks. As much as I'd love to see that, I don't want to punish Eric for the one good thing he's ever done. Oof. Hey, listen, he added some good stories. Gosh darn it, gee willikers. You, Liam, Amanda, and your friends. Just everyone, Jesus Christ, everyone at this point. Return to the ballroom where Iripol safely wrangled the guests for their protection. They all look to you as you enter. Riley, what happened? Is everything okay? Everything's better than okay. I'm pleased to inform you that the new curriculum has been called off and the school project is cancelled. No more school forever! School's out for summer! No, not all schools, Amanda. Just this one. That's a shame. You made it sound so unique. But why call it cancel it all of a sudden? We're hosting this event as a sting operation. We uncovered several covert actors who wanted to cause you all harm. The school was a trap to lure them out so we could capture them. Well, I imagine it's not something we have to worry about anymore. So, since there's no more school to tour, the rest of the night will be devoted to the celebration of the Cordonian unity. We just ask one kingdom, but we can take on any threat, no matter how big. The guests look around in confusion for a moment. For Cordonia. At Bertrand's cry, the rest of the crowd joins in, looking relieved. For Cordonia. This will certainly been a strange night. But it can't be a bad one if it ends with a party. Someone give me a champagne tower, stat! The party kicks off and your Cordonian friends celebrate as Via Imperii guests are discreetly escorted away by Interpol, Olivia, and Amalis. We did it. Cordonia's safe. Hooray! Things can finally go back to normal. And this book can finally end. You look behind you and see Drake and Maxwell, each with an arm slung around each other's shoulders as they chug flutes of champagne. Well, at least what counts for normal with us. There's nothing but good times ahead of us.
I'll drink to that once we refill our glasses.
In the midst of the festivities, you see Lena head out into the garden. Liam, I think your sister might need some moral support. He follows you out into the garden, where you find Lena gazing up at the stars. Hey Lena, I'm guessing you're not in a partying mood? That's a hell of an understatement. An hour ago I was the fist of the Via Imperii, holding you at gunpoint, and now the organization I swore my life to is over. I understand that that's a good thing, but it's hard to feel like celebrating, or like me belonging here will last. Nobody's expecting you to adjust to all this immediately, but as long as I'm king, I promise you'll be safe here, in your home. I've been promised a lot of things in my life, and most of them didn't work out. I'm sorry for that, and I'm even sorrier that we had to lie about our intentions with the Via Imperii. I'm sorry I lied to you. I thought the righteous King Liam was above the kind of thing. But thanks, I know you had your reasons. But for what it's worth, I'm sorry for threatening your friends, family, kingdom, everyone. And no one's gonna trust me, are they? Lena, I trusted you in the cellar. And I trust you now. Just like that. There's no Via Imperii standing between us now. We can be brother and sister the way it was always should have been. You deserve a fresh start with your family. Liam offers a hand to Lena, and after a moment, she shakes it. I'm not sure what I really deserve, but if you're up for a fresh start, I'd like to try. Once the party at Applewood ends, you head home to the palace with Liam and Amanda. You bring Amanda to her palace bedroom and tuck her into bed. Are you gonna do more Secrets Club stuff tomorrow? No, this family is done with Secret Club stuff forever. We promise. Good. It was kinda fun for a while, but I got tired of Secrets Club. We're glad it's over, too. To celebrate, I was thinking the whole family could spend the day playing outside.
That sounds like fun. Then you'd better get some sleep, or else tomorrow will never come. I'm asleep.
That's our girl. Sweet dreams. After tucking Amanda into bed, you and Liam walk the halls back to your bedroom. I'm ready to, tuck myself in. Talk about having a day. We could stay up a little longer to celebrate. It's not every day we take down an international secret society. What did you have in mind? I want to take you somewhere new. Somewhere new, in the palace. I don't believe I've lived here for years, and yet it's got secrets. I've shown you most of the secrets I know. And, to be honest, but on our flights between dealing with the Imperii and spent a whole while scouring old floor plans to find new spots to share with you. Celebrate with Liam. Yay. You made a strong pitch. I'm in. Liam leads you through the palace halls to an unfamiliar door, so inconspicuous that you almost miss it. He unlocks it and opens it, bowing chivalrously. I've never heard of this one until recently, and I wanted to save it for a special occasion. Climb a narrow, winding staircase. And find yourself standing behind a clock face in one of the palace's towers. Pretty. I might go nap now. Oh, Liam. It's beautiful. I can see the whole capital. The view was definitely part of the palace's appeal. But more importantly, it represents the thing I'm most grateful to have now that our enemies are defeated. He gestures up towards the clock face. More time to spend with you and Amanda. It is actually cheesy, but you do love someone for it. Even kings are allowed to be cheesy now and then, especially on momentous occasions. Well then, Your Majesty, what do you want to do now that we have all the free time on our hands? You turn away from the view to smile at him, and he steps closer to you, slipping an arm around your waist. Many things, my queen, but tonight, his expression grows more solemn as he reaches up to cup your cheek. Tonight, the woman I love had to walk into the lion's den to save not just our family, but our kingdom. Or, well, the world. So, I want to personally make sure you're all in one piece. You tilt your head up to meet him in a lingering kiss. Slowly, reverently, his hands drift to the fastenings of your clothing. He kisses down the side of your neck, touching the warmth of your gently bares one of your shoulders. As he presses more kisses to each inch of your skin, his next words are a low whisper. So far you seem unharmed. He trails down your arm to press feather-like kisses to each of your fingers, before baring your other shoulder, slowly letting the rest of your outer garments fall away. You could better keep looking just in case. He kisses down your chest, his fingers caressing and teasing the hem of your teal bra. Are you sure you don't need a closer look? Well, our outfit seemingly went and changed, weirdly enough, out of nowhere. As soon as you say the words, he clasps your bra and kisses you again, lavishing attention on your chest. Liam kneels to help you out of the last of your clothing. As he tosses the last piece of fabric aside, he looks up at you in the moonlight, his gaze full of wonder. You don't seem to be hurt, my queen, and you're as breathtaking as ever. You pull him upright to capture him, his lips in another kiss. I could have told you that. I don't know what I would have done if you'd been hurt. Letting you go into that striking ceremony was one of the hardest things I've ever done. I knew that things, if they went south, you would have saved me. You always do. But I wasn't the only one in danger tonight. I think I need to inspect my king, just in case. As you wish. Ah, I see what you did there. He quickly unbuttons his shirt. You trail a hand down his newly bared chest, feeling his heartbeat quicken beneath your fingers as he tosses piece after piece of clothing aside. How do I look? Well, I don't see any injuries, but I need to do a proper inspection. I should inspect his abs. You slowly let your hand slide down his stomach, caressing each sculpted muscle. As you reach the curve of his hips, you hear his breath catch. Are
Everything seems to be in working order. Looks like you're unharmed and as sexy as ever.
And since we're both in one piece, I have nothing more than to hold you in my arms tonight. It kisses you again more deeply than before, and even though his strong arms are holding you close, it's not quite close enough. You relish the warmth of his skin, the passion of his kiss, and as he pulls back for a moment, you can see the desire in his eyes.
Liam, let's just curl up in these blankets for tonight.
Your wish is my command. Sorry, I know some of you wanted a more, I always like this book because of their scenes like this, and the fact that they do actually give you a choice. It's kind of nice. You gasp with delight as he sweeps you off your feet and carries you to a plush pile of blankets and cushions. It's called romance, Pixelberry. You should try it sometime. In between more kisses, he sets you down and covers you both with a thick blanket. The moonlight dances across his face as you smile at him.
That's more like it. Keep me warm with your hot royal bod.
I'll do my best. You snuggle close to him, and he wraps an arm around you. As you lie in his embrace, you slowly feel Liam relax from all the tension of the past few months. I know it's been hours since her arrest, but it finally feels real. That you're safe, that our family and the kingdom are safe as well.
Yeah, it's almost hard to believe. It's over. I always knew we'd win, you know?
Oh, really?
Of course. I mean, yeah, the Via Imperii were a threat on a scale that we've never faced before, but they were facing off against us. You, me, our girl, our best friends. How could we possibly lose?
Well, when you put it that way, I almost feel silly for worrying. He smiles as you look out over the cityscape together. When I look at those streets now, I don't see potential traitors in the streets or places to whisk our family away to safety. I see a river I want to take our family sailing on one summer's day, a monument to show Amanda when she's older, and of course many places for royal dates with my queen.
Always the romantic.
Would you have me any other way?
Not a chance. I want to see all those places with you, Liam. Every single one of them.
Then you will.
You saved Cordonia from the Via Imperii. Now it's time to truly celebrate.
See where your happiness ending takes you in the royal finale's epilogue. So just one more chapter, huh? I'm assuming. Kind of sad to see the book go, but I digress. It's been a journey, you know. It's been around since like the beginning of this thing with rules of engagement, and we always wondered about, you know, Leo's brother and him abducting, and or not abducting, Jesus. You get the word I'm going for. I haven't had coffee yet. I just thought I would jump on this since you know, came out yesterday. But you know, I have to focus on, you know, family, life, and everything else, and yesterday was just a cluster of a day, and I wasn't able to complete my work as I should have been, but I digress. Once again, thank you guys for tuning in. Much love and appreciation. And yeah, I look forward to the epilogue of this finally concluding. And I will miss it. It was a nice little book. It had a special place. And I guess we'll see if Pixelberry's team that handles this will ever truly make another book that is at least choice-orific, but also kind of like, you know, a lot of the books. Nanny Affair is a perfect example. It just hasn't been offering anything in the area of decency, and books and whatnot are only getting worse, but I digress. Peace out.